Still ahead, antipasti, anyone? We're going to show you how to assemble the perfect summertime meal in minutes. Next.
Welcome back. Too hot or too tired to cook? Well, why not try some antipasti for dinner tonight? This light Italian favorite is the perfect no-fuss summer meal. And here with a taste of Chef J.P. Samuelson from the brand new Sopranos kitchen, Italian kitchen. Good to see you.
Great to be back, Matt.
You're about 4 months in business at the, is it West End Market?
Yep, the shop's at West End.
And it's doing great.
Yep, we're doing very well.
Well, congratulations
so we're excited.
to you. Well deserved.
Thank you.
Today you're kind of taking advantage of cooking a little bit lighter. We're looking at the restaurant, by the way, and taking you inside. This is a beautifully decorated space.
Yeah, it is, and one of the things about the segment we're doing today is our antipasta, and you can see the antipasta bar they're walking by, and it's the idea that Italian food isn't just heavy. The antipasta actually before the meal. And
you eat with your eyes first, right?
Absolutely.
So that's why that's so lovely to walk by there, and there's all these great refreshing drinks in there. You handle some pretty big groups in there too, I know.
We do. We have private dining room that's available, and large bar, happy hour. We're open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner, so we're loving it out there.
And you have some of the hearty favorites that I love too. That's just great in there. So wonderful. Well, back here in the kitchen, you are whipping up some of this of the antipasti today.
Absolutely. The whole idea behind this is that we have antipasta before the meal, and so the idea that Italian food is heavy, and the whole idea behind this is you have a selections of artisan meats and cheeses, different salads and whole grains, and some lighter stuff. And that's what we're doing today.
Up here, you have something beautifully plated up here.
Absolutely. This is our porchetta, kind of a take on the classic porchetta, and we studded with garlic and sage, and we do that on our own rotisserie, served with white beans and a little tomato. And then we have our antipasta plate, and the whole idea, you can get a small or large depending on your table size, how many people you are, and people can come up and kind of look and see which cheeses or meats and different salads they want to have on that plate.
Delicious. And next to it is my summer favorite, is the caprese salad.
Absolutely.
I love that. You can't get enough of that.
Absolutely.
And that's actually healthy. That's really good for you.
Absolutely. And that's kind of the whole idea behind this dish and some of that antipasta stuff. We have a whole grain here, farro, which is related to wheat, very old grain, and we cook it almost like barley. So we just par-cook it like pasta till it's done, and then we drain it off. And what we're going to do, you can actually, it's so versatile, you can do it with anything. And we're going to use a little grilled rapini, another great green, really good for you. And we have it sauteing here in a little shallots, garlic, and
that
of course
resembles broccoli a little bit, doesn't it?
It is, and a lot of people, it's also referred to as broccoli rabe. And then we're going to add just a little bit of sun-dried tomato to that, another Italian classic. And
that's a good chef standard to have on standby, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Because that really does help mix it up.
Absolutely. And what you're doing at that sun-dried tomato is, just eliminating some of that water, and you heighten the sweetness of it. So it's a great dish. So
how long do you want to saute something like this?
Well, the rapini here, what we did was we grilled it ahead of time, because we do have that wood-fired grill that we're doing all those steaks and chops on. So we like to take advantage of that. But if you didn't, you just want to saute it really about 2-3 minutes. Then we're going to add the sun-dried tomato, 2-3 minutes. Just let all those flavors marry, and then we're going to just mix it in the salad. And the beauty of this is it'll stay in the refrigerator good for 2-3 days, and you can have it with different things or just on its own.
Isn't that nice, especially when you're entertaining? If you can do stuff in advance, that was always nice. So you're adding
we have a little bit of orange, fresh orange, and we've actually added the zest of the orange as well. You can really use any citrus, and then what we're going to put in there is just a little bit of fresh basil. Classic of Italian cooking, of course.
And the trick is not to use too much, right? You don't want it to overpower.
Absolutely, especially with all the herbs, I mean, they really, when you're using those fresh herbs and you have the rosemary and thyme, just a little bit, goes a long way. So we're going to mix that right into the farro, and then we're going to mix actually all this right into our farro salad. If you give that a little stir. Absolutely. And then we're going to add a little bit of fresh mozzarella, just the little mozzarella balls. These are called ciliegini, and it's just a fantastic finish. And this is actually a local product, and that's one of the things we do. We have some imported dishes, some local ones, trying to use the best meats and cheeses. And that's kind of the beauty of the antipasta, is you have these meats and cheeses that really taste from, where they came from. And it's just a great way to eat, especially in the summertime, and we've had quite a bit of heat.
And I love you really try to keep things authentic. You have a nice wine selection, and Italian wines that are Actually pretty affordably priced there, too, which
Absolutely.
is really nice.
We have a big wine selection. We actually, too, have some California wines, and we're serving the Francis Coppola actually by the barrel. So our red and white is poured like a tap wine, so that's kind of fun. We have a big wine room for...
Movie producer, director turned winemaker,
Absolutely.
right? Yeah, his wines are nice.
They are, absolutely.
I noticed you started in the middle of the plate as you fill in there. That's a good tip there, isn't it?
Absolutely, you know, and let it a little bit at a time instead of dumping it all. Same way with kind of when you're building salads, you know, try to build it up. So
Yummo delicious. You finish it off there,
absolutely,
GP?
a little
Thank
of
you.
the good olive oil.
Congratulations once again. Good
Thanks,
to see
Pat.
you as always. For a copy of today's recipe and more information about Sopranos Italian Kitchen, visit KARE11.com and click on the Recipes tab. Delicious. Well, still ahead, a look at today's